Buddies! Happy New Year! You know what is the greatest thing about a new year? You can keep wishing Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year to your friends every time you meet them for the next 1 week. अरे कल रात में ही बोला ना रे भाई न्यू ईयर हैप्पी न्यू ईयर अरे फिर से बोल तो भाई हैप्पी न्यू ईयर एक हफ्ते तक बोलते रहे तू सो फॉर यू ऑल हैप्पी न्यू ईयर अगेन सो दिस इज सिड्स बाइसाइकिल आई स्टोल इट फ्रॉम हिम फॉर द डे व्हाई न्यू ईयर पे कुछ भी कर सकते हैं यू कैन डू एनीथिंग ऑन ए न्यू ईयर सो व्हाट इज टुडेस वीडियो अबाउट वेल when I did Hyderabad Vijayawada on the street triple and the RC390, I did a video saying, can you tour on a naked motorcycle, the pros and cons. And many of you asked me, Vikas, you also took the RC390 out for the same tour. So why don't you make a video about Miten. I know you love Nitin. Miten, come here. Say Happy New Year. Say Happy New Year first. First you say Happy New Year else I'll not give you food. Huh? It's okay. Nitin, go back. We are shooting a very serious video. You don't know? It's okay. Nitin.
Nitin, back.
All right, keep shooting. Our viewers love all this. They love it. So, you said you took the RC390 out also, Vikas. So why don't you make a video about touring on a sport bike? Because many of us feel that touring on a sport bike is difficult. And we did a 700 some kilometer ride and we had a lot of fun because we also thought it would be difficult. So now let's go in and talk about touring on a sports bike. Now enough of jokes, serious stuff now, all right? So this is our beautiful RC390. I keep calling her beautiful because someday I want her to tell me that you're very handsome, Vikas, but she doesn't do it. All right. So why do people think that touring on a sport bike or a super sport is difficult? Because number one, as we know, the riding posture, all right, it is low. It is like this. And most of us, we get back aches, we get wrist aches, we get shoulder pains. That is one problem, okay? Another problem, how do you actually carry luggage? Because when you're touring, you need to carry luggage, correct? On a Duke, you can do it. You can put the tank bag on a Duke. You can put saddlebags. You can put a tail bag. And you also get panniers for Duke. You can get it made like my friend from Carbon Racing. He can do that for you. But on the RC390, the biggest challenge you're going to face is about putting on the touring bags, the luggage. Okay? So we'll get back to that. And another thing is the fuel tank capacity. RC390 usable fuel is less than 9 liters. Yes. It almost sounds like a joke, is it? Yes. And if you're riding fast on a highway, you'll probably get about 22, 23 kilometers a liter. So every 150 kilometers, you got to stop and you got to refuel. And if your luck is bad, that around that time, in that area, if the fuel stations are closed for whatever reason, you're dead. You would be in trouble. All right. So that is one. Another thing, the tires. All right. These are expensive tires. These are Metzeler's soft compound, and they cost upwards of 20,000 rupees a set. Depends from state to state. So, and they last for about 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers, not more than that. All right. So these are the main things about touring on a sports bike, which are cons. So what are the pros? Pros is you can tour very fast. Trust me, you can have a lot of fun. I was riding street triple, and when I was getting onto the RC390, I was actually enjoying more. The reason is that aerodynamics. You are in the stuck down position, but you can be doing 160, 170 kilometers an hour, and there is no wind blast. Everything is going above your head because of the visor and because of the fairing. So that is a big plus, big advantage. Provided you get used to the riding posture. Another advantage, I don't know. There is no other advantage. It's just that you can tour fast. All right. So that's the only thing. But many people would say, but why would someone tour on a sports bike? Well, the answer is simple. What if you only have one motorcycle? Right? Most of us just have one motorcycle. I mean, why should you even have more than one motorcycle unless you're mad like me? But still, when you have only one motorcycle, you also would want to tour, also would want to ride in the city, do multiple things, also take it to the racetrack sometimes. So this bike is beautiful in that way. So when you're touring on the RC390, number one thing, to compensate for the riding posture, keep your general fitness levels good. Okay, I know it sounds very common saying be fit, but yes, before touring, if you're doing a long tour, so you're doing 2,000 kilometer ride on the RC390, before that, start running. Okay, do push-ups, do basic fitness, and get your body slightly ready for what you're going to be doing. Because trust me, I'm not some big tourer, but you ask this to any tourer, ask Bulu Biker, ask my friend Toll Free Traveler, or any one of them, they would say fitness is critical. No matter which motorcycle you ride, you could be riding a very comfortable cruiser or a tourer, but keep your fitness levels good, do basic fitness. No matter which motorcycle you're riding, when you're touring, especially if you're riding sport motorcycles, when you stop for a break, for lunch, don't eat too much. Yeah, you'll be stopping at a nice dhaba, you'll get tempted to eat butter naans and butter chicken or paneer butter masala. Don't do that. Trust me, you'll not feel comfortable after that. All right? Eat light, eat more frequently if required. Okay? So now I'll again summarize the riding posture to feel comfortable while touring, so you can remember what I talked about. So Nitin, okay, while touring, long distances, simple. Keep your legs closer to the tank, both of them. Hold the tank and the body of the motorcycle with your lower body. All right. Your low body is actually tougher and stronger than your upper body. All right, so hold it from here. Keep your upper body free and relaxed. If you put all the weight on your upper body to your shoulders and wrists, if you put all the weight of your upper body onto your shoulders and wrists, within no time your wrists and shoulders would start to ache very badly. All right, so take off the weight. Just touch the steering and keep continuing. All right. It will be difficult initially, but once you start doing it, you will understand how to do it and you can do long distance riding. Okay. That is one thing. And another thing, especially for sports motorcycles, don't use a heavy helmet. Some helmets are very heavy. In helmets, even 100 or 200 gram difference is a huge difference. So, as I always said, buy a good helmet, and when you're buying a good helmet, spend some money and buy a lightweight helmet. Because when you are riding a sport motorcycle, you are in this position, okay? And if you have a heavy helmet, your neck can start to ache, okay? So buy a lightweight helmet. And most important thing, don't wear a backpack. No matter who says. I've heard people saying that you wear a backpack and if you fall, it's going to save your back. That is absolute crap. It's not going to save your back. It's actually going to put you into deeper trouble. To save your back, I'll tell you what to do. I have an Alpine Star Track Vest. I'll show it to you later on in some other video. So don't wear a backpack, okay? And another thing, if you put luggage into your backpack and wear it, when you are on a motorcycle, it is actually going to put pressure here, and your back and your shoulders, this area is going to ache. Don't do that at all right? So now, having said that, so how are you going to carry your luggage? That's most important thing. Now, I have saddlebags, but where would you put the saddlebag? Okay, let me get the saddlebag and show it to you. That is one big issue with the RC390. So these are my saddlebags from Biking Brotherhood. They look absolutely beautiful. Okay, really nice inside also. Where is it? Yeah, very nice bags. Water resistant and everything that you can think about. So, but how do you actually put them onto the RC390? The most important thing that you need to put a saddlebag onto is the grab rail that you have, right? What you hold on to, the pillions, what they hold on to. But we don't have that on the RC390. So it becomes very difficult to put this saddlebag here. Okay. If you do something and just tie it up with straps, the odds of this touching the tire would be very high. Okay. So the proposition of actually putting saddlebags on an RC390, I would say don't do it. Okay. Because when you're riding, you'll always be scared that the saddlebags actually are going to touch the rear tire. All right. So these are beautiful bags, but put them onto some other motorcycle, not the RC390. So what do you do for the RC390? Let me show my recommendation. So this is what we used while touring. This beautiful tail bag from BBG, and few other companies call it a claw bag and whatnot, other things, but basically it's a tail bag, all right, which sits here. The RC390 has a really nice rear seat, really nice. I mean, looks nice, not really very usable, but nice. Why I said, because this kind of a curve actually makes this bag sit on it really well. All right. So Nathan, buddy, get up. So take a look at it. This is what you should be putting onto your sports motorcycle. Not just the RC390, you can do it onto your Daytona if you have, or a Superbike also. Okay. So put this here and let me just show the interiors to you anyway. So this is a beautiful bag. Take a look inside. All right. And it has this feature where it has this, tough things on the side. You put them in and it actually gives a shape to the bag, and it has many compartments. I already mentioned this in my previous video when I was touring. All right. And this can actually be strapped onto any sports bike, because see the number of strapping options that you have here. Okay, you can take this and strap it onto the tail here. You can take these and strap them onto the foot pegs here. Okay, so one side goes to the foot pegs and the back side goes to this area. This most of the sports bikes would have, unless you have removed it intentionally. All right. Of course, my R1 doesn't have it. We removed it. So, but even after this, one thing happened that day. I showed it to you. That is, what we did not tie it up well. We thought, why to tie this up so well? We kind of tied it loose and we actually put bungee cords over it. Bungee cords are not a must. You can put bungee cords, but I highly recommend bungee cords for everything. All right, because these straps can get loose with vibration. Any brand, any product, these straps can get loose with vibration, but bungee cords don't, because they have elastic. All right. So we put bungee cords, but unfortunately one bungee cord came off. And you see this part actually was touching the motorcycle tire for I don't know how many kilometers. Non-stop it was touching like this. Okay. Still the bag held on. It's really unbelievable. I thought the whole bag would have got cut, but it did well. Good quality. So I think this one is what, 3,500 rupees or so. Really good value for money. You get the rain cover also along with it. Good for touring. And in case you're going to some area which you're not sure about, like you're not very sure where the fuel stations are, then with a motorcycle like this or any sport bike where the tank is not big, I always say you get these Coca-Cola bottles, the 2 liter bottles, put 2 liters fuel into it, close it well and put it into your tail bag, all right? Because in case of an emergency where fuel stations are closed, you can still put that 2 liters into your tank and go at least about 40 kilometers, right? So that's advantage of having a nice big tail bag. And another thing is that have a tank bag, all right? No backpack, have a tank bag. Put the tank bag here, okay? BBG also has a tank bag. I did a review of it some time ago. So tie it up well with straps. It's a plastic tank, so your magnetic tank bag will not stick. You need to depend on straps, but these are the two main important things. So another thing is that when you're touring on a sport bike, keep it light. Don't carry too many things. Not too much of luggage, all right? But most important thing you need to carry always while touring, doesn't matter which bike it is, a puncture repair kit and a air pump. Okay? Remember that. We'll talk about it later. I also did a few, things, add-ons to my motorcycle to make it more touring friendly. So that is generally when you stop your motorcycle somewhere. Some people like to have a cigarette, some people like to have Coca-Cola like me, or Red Bull. I love Red Bull. So, or water. You take off your helmet. Where do you keep your helmet? Generally people keep it here on the tank. And the number of people who drop their helmets from here because of wind or they're just slipping off, it's very high. And when helmets fall, it's not a good thing. You don't want your helmet to fall. It will scratch the visor, it will take off the paint. It's not a good thing. So what I did, check this out, all right? This is something called a helmet hook, which I got it from America. I will try and see if you can find it in India. It's a beautiful thing. Helmets, double D-rings, all right? Always use a double D-ring helmet. Take this, leave it there. Your helmet would hang there and stay there. All right, see this. This also has a lock here in case you want to lock your helmet, but I wouldn't recommend that. Never leave your helmet and go away. So, isn't this cool? All right, you would say it's going to touch the bike, but this part, if it's touching the bike, nothing's going to happen. It's a soft part of the helmet. Okay, so I did this. Another thing which Nitin, the man behind the camera, put this onto the RC390, that is, he calls it cruise control, which actually worked pretty well when we were touring. See this, okay? This is like a small, palm rest, and when you're riding, you just keep it like this, okay? And it's not that you take your hand off the throttle, but keep it on the throttle and keep it like this. For longer distances, it kind of helps, small piece of plastic. This helps for long rides. So this also is something which you can put onto your sport bike. What else? On your sport bikes, never have your visor completely tinted dark, black, never. You can have it smoked, slightly smoked, but never have it completely dark because when you, crouch down behind it, you won't be able to see ahead, all right? This is of course not a very tall visor, but some motorcycles have much taller visor and people make it black. Never do it black, only dark. So that is it, buddies. I think I'm done. I know it's a long video, but important videos sometimes can be long. And any of these products you want to buy, I'll leave the links in the description. Helmet hook, I'm not very sure. Let me see if I can get a link for that. But BBG products, you know it, bikingbrotherhood.com. You can get it from them. And another very important thing on any sport bike, the alloy wheels are lightweight alloy wheels, okay? They're built for speed, not for our great Indian potholes. Okay? You know what happened to me, right? One day when I went to Warangal, my both alloys cracked open. Tires got cut. So try and avoid potholes as much as possible. I know it's not easy, but I'm just saying try and avoid them. Okay, go around them. Or if you have to go through them, go as slow as possible. Okay. Thank you, buddies. I think I'm done for the day. Happy New Year. Okay. You can follow me on Instagram also. And I think you can subscribe.